The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and he missed the complete. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through. He tags Richard Eck.
Even from this altitude, the mouth-watering aroma of barbecue wafts its way past our olfactory cells as we look down at Texas Motor Speedway, which today plays host to the AAA Texas 200, round 9 of 10 in the We Stand United 2016 Cup Series chase. And all the Gen 6 action, from pace lap to victory donuts, can be seen live as it happens here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. This quarter-hour streaming award-worthy pre-race show will count down to the green flag for the first of 133 laps of stock car action. So bring cyberspace into your place, grab several slabs of beef jerky and a cold Dr. Pepper, plop down in the Lazy Boy, and enjoy 133 laps of simulated NASCAR excitement that will be streaming into your home. A big howdy, partner, from the Lone Star State, and welcome to another GSRC broadcast. I'm me, Bill Soups On. Once again, he's him, my partner, Sean Crackers Ambrose, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders as one of only 12 human beings born on the Antarctic continent. I'm Jed Yaman, and at his disposal will be the visionary camera locations provided by the renowned Dougie Beard. Crackers, to call Texas a cookie-cutter track would be wrong, mainly because cookie cutters are for cutting cookies. However, if one could imagine a giant D-shaped tin ring about 1.5 miles in circumference that could be pushed into the earth, it's really not hard to envision it being used to mold Charlotte, Atlanta, and then here again at Fort Worth.
Soup? How about a big old yeehaw? Welcome to Texas, baby. North Tarrant County. And yes, they cut it basically into an area that just, there's nothing there. There was nothing there in 96 when they broke ground. In early 96, it really just a barren countryside, a lot of farmland. Just north of Alliance Airport. This track now opened in 97. These 4 turns here, 1.5-mile track, 24 degrees of banking soup. One of the fastest 1.5-mile tracks on the circuit. The turns, I'm going to be honest with you, certain parts of them are really, really bumpy, really tough to get around. You've got to be careful. Your entry here on these turns, turn 1 and turn 3, are very, very tricky. Let's take a look and ride on board, though, with the GSRC Gen 6 and take a ride around real quick.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. My name is Brian Yazik, and today I'll be taking you for a spin around the Texas Motor Speedway in the GSRC Chevrolet SS. Texas is a blazingly fast 1.5-mile oval, sure to keep fans and drivers alike on the edge of their seats. Now, this new Sprint Cup Series car has the low downforce package, so off earlier than you're probably used to driving here around at Texas. Back onto the throttle, but don't get back onto it too quick because you plow the nose right through the middle of the corner. Watch that bump off of turn 2 that really gets the car upset. Back down into turn 3, again, lifting a little earlier than you're probably used to, using a little bit of brake even to let the nose set, back into the gas finally. Full throttle off of the corner, cutting through the dogleg, this time by. Once again, down into turn 1, letting the nose set, letting the car pick up, half throttle, you feel like you're off the throttle forever. Finally back onto it, minding a little bit of wheel spin off of turn 2 there. Then heading back into turn 3, same thing. Way off the throttle early, back down onto the brake, let the nose set, let the car find its way, because if you try to overdrive it, this car will snap around on you in a heartbeat. Through the dogleg, and that completes your track guide around the Texas Motor Speedway. Texas is going to be a handful for these drivers, sure to put on a good show for fans. So without further ado, enjoy the show. My name is Brian Yazik, and this is the Texas Motor Speedway.
Brian Yazik yaks you around 1.5 miles here at Texas Motor Speedway. Hey, If you were with us last time from Martinsville, you saw Joshua Hallenwolf increase his overall point lead by winning his 6th race of the season and his 3rd in the chase. Now remember, the goal of any chaser is to be in the top 4 spots at the end of the chase. That way he's eligible for the winner-take-all finale at Homestead. And no one is more aware of that than Never Say Die Dawson Brock. And we can bring up the point standings now, as his 2nd place at Martinsville was enough to move him back above the Mendoza line by 3 points over Nick Parrott. However, the big news, and what has competitors, fans, and commentators alike all abuzz, is Trevor Varun-Varosky suddenly is vulnerable. Now only 6 points above the cut line. So let me tell you what happened. The 5-time winner was forced to take a 15-point no-show provisional at Martinsville. He didn't show up, so he gets the 15-point provisional. Because of the small field, where even last place earns 36 points, those provisional points that earlier in the season would have evoked like a, oh well, at this point of the season brings an ouch. So all of a sudden, Varosky's in jeopardy of falling below the cut line. Now, still in the hunt before running out of time is Cordell Colon in 6th, but he's got to get a move on. He's 10 points back. Sean, we talked about the track and we talked about the chase points. How about some race details today?
Yeah, let's let everybody know what's going on here this evening. We do have the NASCAR Gen 6 this evening. And they are running a fixed setup under that Chevrolet, Toyota, or Ford. Take your choice. It is the iRacing fixed setup, 100% fuel. You're going to need to make a stop. I think 2 of them is going to have to be the number to get it done, Soup. Probably going to see some green flag pit stops tonight. That's going to be fun. Qualifying best of 2 flying laps today. 133 laps, 200 miles, people. No fast repairs. You better take care of it here in Texas. You have to, because let's just say the incidents when they happen, if you get flying around here and get off piste, as they say, you're going to hit it hard. Incident cap, there is none. The restarts, if we get a yellow, they're going to be double file. The weather this evening, very favorable. It's 78 degrees, partly cloudy. It's 103 degrees on track, though. That's got me a little concerned, Sue. And you know what? Interesting little statistic here about Texas, Charlotte, and Atlanta, for that matter. None of the chasers have a win there this season, Soup. So maybe that trend changes this evening. It needs to.
Well, I would think so. We could maybe see some of these guys. We have the big names here again. You know, we talk about when you pit having to find a dancing partner. Well, the pickings are going to be pretty slim here with this small field of 8 cars. So you got to make sure you treat your date well so that she's going to stay with you there when you come in, because there's not a lot of people to choose from when you come in. 8 guys here. Looks like most of the chasers are here. In fact, they're all chasers with the exception of Brad Walsh and, of course, Alan Westman. Sean, is today the day that Westman gets his win? Maybe so. Huh?
Boy, I'll tell you what, this is a good track. You know what? This track has seen a lot of first-time winners, and not just in the sim racing world, but in the real world. And you know what? This would be a great place for Westman to pick up a win today. He's had a decent qualifying effort, but we'll see. You know, really, I think at this point, with the number of cars we have today, Soup, it's going to be all about just kind of settling in, getting to a rhythm, and not letting the leaders get too far away. You can let them get up the track a little bit, but at the point they start getting within that 10-second range, you better have something left in that car to go chase, because one thing we have seen in Texas over the years, leaders, when they get away from the field, it seems to, the habit is that they continue to get away from the field, and before you know it, they've caught up to the field and begin putting cars laps down. So that always happens in green flag situations here, and I just, like I said, with the number of cars we have here this evening, boy, caution flags might be few and far between, but this is a tricky track. Getting off of turn 4, always a risky proposition. The trip through turns 1 and 2 and the exit off of 2, almost surely in every race I've ever seen in Texas, causes a wreck at some point. And where it really hurts is when you hit the outside wall. That's not where the real damage comes. It's when you come back across the track and hit that inside retaining wall. It comes up quick, and it comes up at about 170 miles an hour.
And that just about wraps up qualifying. To be honest with you, out of the 8 drivers, only 3 drivers decided to put in a qualifying time. We saw Alan Westman trying to use a unique technique of, I think it was trying to do his lap, trying to do his clockwise, and that's not going to work here, Alan. All right. Well, Sean, we have the whole pace lap to hustle through 8 drivers, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Sitting on the pole, it is Joshua Wolf. No surprise to see him up there. He's your point leader. Right outside of him is Travis Henderson. Those guys sit 1 and 2. Wolf certainly locked into the chase. Henderson, pretty darn close to being locked in. I don't think he has much to worry about. Let's talk about row 2, Sean.
All right, that's going to be Dawson, Never Say Die Brock. Going to start 3rd. Down there on the inside, Trevor Varosky. Going to start 4th on the outside of row 2.
Still waiting for those 2 guys to actually take the grid. Brock and Varosky. Brock running 4th, Varosky running 3rd in the chase, but they are both being tried to be run down by the guy in the familiar number 3 Sundrop machine, that beautiful orange car. That is Nick Parrott. Now, on the outside of Nick Parrott is going to be the 50 car of Brad Walsh.
All right, and then we've got Cordell Cologne. Going to start 7th on the inside of row 4. There he is, Alan Westman, outside of row 4. He'll start 8th and round out this field this evening. A little thin, but you know what? Like I said, if we see a green flag condition, this race will actually be over pretty quick, Soup.
And it looks like Brad Walsh either is going to start from the pits or did not take the grid, because I've noticed that some of the drivers have moved up. Cologne is actually in the 7th spot, and Westman is going to start all by himself back there in row 4. So Brad Walsh not going to make it. That's one less car for us to keep track of, and with 8 of them out there, we were going to have our hands full, so that's going to make it a little easier on us. Can you hear the sarcasm in my voice?
Well, Soup, I'll tell you what. Joshua Wolf, you know what? He's got a spot there that, quite honestly, that's where I want to be when I start this race. I want to have that car tucked in, heading into 1, and I don't want to get stuck up there in the middle of turn 1 and 2. There's a big bump there, and until you've got a little bit of heat in the tires and got your rhythm, it's not a good place to find speed there on the first lap. Wolf got a chance to really set the pace here early and jump up ahead of everybody. But the field behind him is fast.
Well, honestly, the action is going to be just as good. It's going to be a 7-car race. We'll be able to focus on the leaders the whole way. Won't have to worry about much going on in the back. Still going to be an exciting broadcast. Plus, we don't have to worry about any guys battling for 25th and 26th, bringing out meaningless yellows. So as the pace car pulls in, it's Joshua Howland Wolf is going to lead them to the start-finish line to get this underway. Gather up the chickens, take cover behind the cows, because the 7 horses are out of the barn and the stampede heads down into the first corner. Wolf on the inside, Henderson on the outside. They're 2x2 behind him. That's Brock on the inside, Bobrovsky on the outside. They continue 2x2. Oh, this is going to get exciting early. Let's see if it's the inside line or the outside line that's going to work. And then there's Varosky in the 10 car trying to think about making it 3 wide on the opening lap. He gets right up behind Henderson, gives Henderson a little punch, and it looks like Henderson's going to lead the first lap for now. Trying to make that outside work. Brock decided to back out of that. A little too exciting for his blood.
There goes Wolf, though. Henderson had to give just a bit. Wolf was right up on his door. Wolf breaks away to the lead, heading into 3.
Keep in mind, this is really, those 2 cars out in front are safely in the chase. It's really a battle, and they're all here today between the 10, the 83, the 5, not the 6, though. He's not really in. It's not Westman, the 12, and the 6. There we go, and the 3. Let me do that again. Let me get your numbers right here. It's the 10, the 83, and the 3.
Trevor got a little piece of the wall there himself, coming out of 2. Just a small piece. He didn't dig it up too bad.
The reason I bring that up is there's one other driver to keep an eye on. Cordell Cologne is in the pits and has called it a night early. Oh, he scraped the wall on lap 1. Okay. So, he calls it a night.
Wow, Cordell taking it to the house early tonight.
Remember, Cordell was still in the hunt. We talked about it. He was 10 points out of the Mendoza line there. If he were to pick up a win, that would close the gap a little bit, but
Kind of surprised to see that.
that's got to be good news for Brock and Bobrovsky and Parrott now. Those 3 guys are locked.
Henderson's starting to get a bit of a run on Wolf now. Those two driving two entirely different lines up front. Wolf is still attacking the bottom of the track. Henderson kind of riding around the middle of the groove there. Wolf taking it a little bit easier here coming into 4.
Well, the 6 cars keep an eye out, and 127 laps to go. Before this evening is done, I am going to have a nickname for Travis Henderson. Don't know what it is yet, but it's taken me 37 races. I'm going to lock one in for you, Travis. We'll test out a few. Wolf out in front of Henderson right now. Our director is recommending Florence. Nope, that's not going to work.
You know, I'm still curious what happened to Brad Walsh. He was here, he practiced, and I think he's still... Henderson taking a look there, Sue.
Well, if Cordell is watching the broadcast, come and talk to us, buddy. We have room in the booth.
Yeah, Henderson, I think he got a little bit of dirty air there and had to get out of it just a little bit. Yeah, it's hard work getting back up to him when you lose a little bit of momentum. You got to just kind of put your hard hat on and get back at it. Henderson doing just that now. He's caught the draft of Wolf, heading down the backstretch into 3.
Going to give you a little interval here from Henderson back to Brock. It is 6.1 second. We'll keep an eye on that. It's very, very possible that with only 6 cars here and nobody wanting to crash, this could easily go wire-to-wire, green flag the whole way. Brock doesn't want to lose touch, although he's really not so much worried about getting the win as he is about finishing ahead of Parrott and Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky sitting back there in 5th position now has got to be sweating a little bit.
He's starting to drop back just a bit, actually. Car a little off pace. Wonder if that trip up to the wall maybe got him a little bit slower, but Parrott just got around, and Westman taking a look at him now, maybe trying to set him up for a move. Oh, and he's loose! He's loose! Watch out! Oh, he's still trying to hang on to it.
Oh, nice save.
Good job, Trevor. Wow. Great save by Trevor Bobrovsky.
I could just feel that if I was behind the wheel, that car would have hooked up into the wall. He was able to catch it and then uncatch it before it turned on him. Nice racing. Let's go on board and watch him saw the wheel here. Look at that car gets loosened. And he's able to keep it going straight.
Yeah, it's just not a good feeling at all.
You honestly almost have to uncrank the wheel before it catches, because if you wait for it to turn, it's almost too late. You just got to feel it.
And you know, that puts a lot more heat in those tires, too, when you're sliding around like that. And you don't want to get them angry here. You've only put just 10 laps on them at that point.
Well, see, one of the good news for these drivers in the chase, I guess it's good news unless you're trying to leave some guys behind. With Cordell Colon exiting and Brad Walsh exiting, these guys are, if Trevor were to lose it, his worst position would be 6th. You know, maybe Westman is between him and the guys that he's racing. So the point swings are not going to be as drastic in small fields like this.
Soup, Dawson, Brock starting to pick it up just a bit. He's reeling in Henderson now and cut that gap down to just about 4/10. Henderson taking a look at Wolf now. Got a nice run down the backstretch there. Yeah, you see, we've got 13 laps on these tires now. Everybody moving up the track just a little bit, Soup. Not digging too hard on the bottom here at this point.
Oh, I know exactly what's in Dawson's mind as you look at him. They're behind the 24. He's just going to ride behind those two guys. He knows they're fast. As long as they're fast, he can leave the competition behind. I gave you that interval from Henderson back to Dawson Brock. It was about 4.5 seconds, right? Well, now it's really he's in the tow. It can be whatever he wants. Let's give you the interval from Dawson Brock, then back to Parrott. And here's a pass for the lead as Henderson's going to look to the inside.
It's going to be fun going into one. Wolf going to take it all the way up the track. There's a bump there. Watch out. The front of the car moved just a little bit. He caught it.
And what that did, that brought Brock right into the mix now. In fact, Dawson, not sure if he's actually interested in moving up inside of Wolf or not. Those three guys. Now the interval from Brock back to Parrott is surprisingly small. My timing and scoring showing 1.6 seconds.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, Parrott's still got good pace, and
yeah,
he's starting to turn some better laps now.
Oh, Brock spins.
Oh, Brock is in the wall.
The car just went, for no reason at all, the car just got away from him.
Loose. Just loose off. He was just loose off just a little bit. Couldn't catch it, Soup. Just couldn't catch it. It started, and trust me, I recognize that condition coming off the 2 every time I see it. There's just nothing you can do, man. You're carrying so much speed right there. Car's coming up to the wall. You're trying to keep it off the wall. And the rear end, the right rear, just steps out a little bit. You're going to see it on board here. It's ever so slight, but once it starts to go, that's it. And that inside wall comes up so quick. I'm afraid that's going to be a death blow there for Dawson Brock.
Yeah, if I know Never Say Die, he'll probably get that car. Yeah, the caution is out, by the way. I imagine he'll get that car fixed. It wouldn't surprise me if he runs some laps there, hoping to vulture some mistakes that may happen.
Yeah, I worry about how hard the front end of that car hit, though, and that might be the type of damage that keeps you in the pits for 30 minutes plus.
So they all come in, except here's the smart play. Parrott going to come out there and perch himself in first position, pick up 1 point for leading a lap.
See what you did there? I see what you did there. That was good. That's good. Boy, Dawson. Oh, Henderson overshoots his pit just a little bit. I just noticed Cordell Cologne has returned. I don't know if that means he's coming back on track. Vavrovsky only took 2 tires, Soup.
Yeah, I don't know what the theory of that is. You're going to gain a whole 2 spots. Cardell may have been watching the broadcast and say, hey, Brock just put it in the wall. I can come out, maybe drive around for another, how many laps? He's going to have 14 laps, pick up a position, and then go back and get back to my pizza.
Maybe, Soup. I think you have a solid. In fact, we had a few people watching. We've got one less. I'm wondering if that was Cordell Cologne making that decision. Oh, no, I better get back in the race.
All right.
They must have run out of ice cream.
This ice cream is good. Hey, if you haven't had a chance to catch it, why don't you go to the Global Sim Racing channel after this broadcast, of course. Why don't you see if you can watch some of the World Cup that we covered yesterday. Sean did the Cup C series, and I did the Cup D group. Some good racing going on there. Lots of club racing.
Yeah, it really was. All the great clubs from all over the world represented, and it was quite an event. It really was, and it got started at here in the central time zone here in these United States. It got started at 5 a.m. and it got started with Max Speed TV with Group A, and that was just a riot to watch. It was really, really good. And then Race Spot took over for Group B some 4 hours later, and then GSRC picked up the whole second half, Group C and D, and it was just a fun-filled day of racing. Vrosky deciding to come back into the pit here, Sue, as I'm waxing poetic about the World Cup of iRacing. He is down back on the pit lane.
Again, probably watching the broadcast while he's racing and realize Soup knows what he's talking about. That 2 tires makes no sense at all when there's only a few cars out there. Speaking of which, am I seeing that car? Am I looking at the 50? There he is, Cordell Cologne back in the hunt.
Well played, sir.
I'm listening to Dawson Brock right now. Did you hear what Dawson said, Sean?
I did.
Dawson said you came back to get that position, is what he said. He said that to Cordell Cologne.
Dawson says he's got about 30 plus more minutes of repair. So I think I was right on with my estimation.
Nice
there.
Call.
Well, like I said, I've been in that situation and I've taken that same exact hit, and that equals somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes of repair.
Cordell may have just stepped away, let that car repair, and then come back here. He's out there now, running in last for, I guess, 6th position overall. The pace car pulls in. Bobrovsky came in and got those extra tires, has pulled back into the back of the pack now. So Henderson leads them down into the first corner. That's Wolf on the outside. Look at this dive into the inside. Here's the guy who's going to try to pick up his first win today. Alan Westman up into 2nd place.
Oh, and Wolf really having to be careful getting off turn 2. Cordell Cologne down there on the bottom. Vrosky got a heck of a run on the restart. Almost got into Cologne.
There goes Cologne. The last thing Cologne wants to do is cause any trouble. He just wants to get out there and run some laps. He's going to try to tuck in behind the number 3 there, the Sun Drop Machine.
Yeah, he did a good job of letting everybody get around there. Westman high up the track, and Joshua Wolf got a run on him coming out of turn 2, down the back stretch. Wolf going to look to the inside into 3.
Cialis Bathtubs out of turn 4. Westman on the high side, Wolf on the low side, through the dog leg. Get credit for that lap was going to be, I guess, Henderson got it. My eye said it was Westman, but the stats tell me different. Henderson gets credit for leading lap number 23.
Man, Vrosky all the way down there on the white line. Westman right up on his bumper. Lap 23, and they're digging hard, Sue.
Oh!
Westman gets a piece of it, I think, there. It was real close.
Left a little of that Browning paint scheme on the wall.
Boy, Henderson shot out of a cannon on this restart. He is already a second, just over a second to the good here ahead.
Yeah, Henderson is flying. Henderson comes across. Now they're working lap 25. Henderson, Wolf, Vrosky, Westman, Parrott. In the pits, Dawson Brock. And then running in 7th position, Cordell Cologne. Through the field here on GSR.
Boy, Westman really challenged coming out of turn 2 again. He looks like he got just a little bit of it. Not much, but he is starting to close ground on Trevor Vrosky.
Not like Alan to be so racy so early.
He gets a little more of it there. Sparks are flying.
Alan's modus operandi is usually to save the stuff and have better equipment at the end of the race. Again, I think he's probably worried looking at Henderson, realizing that this thing could go green the whole way. Henderson is way out in front.
You know, I'm starting to change my thought on, the long green flag race. This track invites cautions just by nature of how it drives and how fast these cars are, Soup. It's not always your fault when you get into trouble. I guess it is, but this track does some weird things to a car, especially as the tires start to go away. The wall becomes like a magnet. You know what I mean? It's just kind of,
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of freaky.
I think you're preaching to the choir there with Dawson Brock here in this one. He could attest to what you're saying. Dawson has got to be kicking himself saying, oh my goodness, I've made my work that much harder. Remember, this is the penultimate race of the chase. There's one more race after this one. We'll be going to Phoenix, and that'll set the final four for the winner-take-all final there. Let's hope we have more than 4 drivers.
Oh, hopefully we get everybody come out for that one. Everybody show up for the last race of the season. It'd be nice to see them all come back for one last race here in 2016. It'd be nice to see them all show up in Phoenix next week. Would be nice.
If you're watching this and you'd like to find out more about the WSU, maybe see about maybe entering one of the races coming up here, it's WSU Motorsports 2012 at gmail.com. Pretty simple to remember, 2012 at gmail.com.
All right, so Joshua Wolf starting to pick it up a little bit. He's making small gains on Henderson again. I mean, I think at this point Henderson knows he doesn't have to dig too hard, Soup. So maybe not a bad thing that Wolf closing it up here just a bit. Bobrovsky still hanging on to third. Westman still seems to keep struggling with the exit of turn 2, Soup. And it slowed him down just a bit. Parrott has reeled him in.
Stay on this a little bit. Now remember, Parrott and Westman are not battling for chase. Westman is not in the chase, but that position is worth a point. Parrott looking to go underneath him now, to take that number 3 down low. He wants to do the same. Westman really doesn't put up much of a battle there, much of a fight.
Soup, I have an update.
Okay.
Cordell Cologne is about to move into 6th place.
If he didn't spin it on the back stretch.
Oh, geez, yes.
Oh, my, well, you should be able to limp that across.
Wow, okay. That was commentator's curse. What happened first there?
All right, let's see what he does. Yep, he's going to stay out and get that lap.
He's staying out.
Oh, Cordell, you are too funny. This could be... He'll come in and park it until Brock comes back out, and then he crashes. It'll be this... Now he's got the position so he can come in.
Well, he definitely needs more repair now, for sure. The car is... well, it's not looking quite as good as it did when it came out of the pits here a few minutes ago.
Cordell, maybe you want to keep it out for one more lap, get a little insurance there before the leaders come around. That's right, thank you. This is too funny.
All right, Wolf still working on getting up here to Travis Henderson. Soup, they've already put about 18 laps on these tires now. Wolf is charging now. He really is. That was a fast lap that last time around. He is definitely faster than Henderson. He's starting to catch him. Bobrovsky, though, off pace.
Yeah, Wolf beginning to run down our leader. Nice call, Sean.
Cordell Cologne bringing it back in the pit. He's parked it. Car's up on the jack.
Oh, he might do some repair. So let me walk you through this here while we're looking at this battle. Coming into this race, Dawson Brock was 3 points ahead of Parrott.
Oh, Westman. Oh, I'm sorry, Soup. Westman had trouble off of 2 again. Almost lost it and saved the car. Wow.
Really, we have to make sure we put the camera on him. We don't have to follow him around the track just every time he goes through 2. That's killing him. There we have it right there. Look at that.
Yeah, and he was trying to avoid having a high entry. Instead, he kept it too low, and the car got tight on him. And he just really lucky to say, you see the right side damage on the car.
He goes around and managed just a little bit. Oh my gosh, he's still struggling with it. All right, now if Alan can manage to keep the car on the track here, let me run down what the significance is here between this Cologne, Brock, and Parrott. Parrott was 3 points ahead of Brock coming into this. That's the Mendoza line. Everyone's trying to get over the cutoff line to get into the chase. Right now, Parrott is 3 spots up on Brock, which means they would be tied except for the fact that Parrott rid a lap. So that would mean if things stay the way they are right now, Parrott would be 1 point ahead of Never Say Die Dawson Brock going into that final race at Phoenix. Don't be surprised if we don't see Dawson Brock back here. Come back. If Dawson was really smart, he would wait till the very, very end. Just come out with about 5 laps to go. So otherwise, Cordell Cologne's going to have to come back, and they're going to keep doing it the whole race.
Yeah, Cordell's still sitting there on the pit lane, so we are down to the magic 6. And Westman still paddling that car through turn 3, just really loose off of 4. Every lap an adventure for the poor guy. I know he wants to finish this race. He's still got a long way to go, Soup. He's got to really got to dig in here and try to find a handle on this thing again.
Maybe Alan should start thinking about the multi-stop race. Come on, get fresh tires, fall a lap down, run some hot laps.
If finishing the race is what he wants to do, I gotta say, I mean, look what's going on there. So the poor guy is really in trouble.
Out there, right on board with Westman right now.
That's just no way to live. I'm sorry. Oh, Vrosky is in the infield, sliding through it, and then he disappears. Oh, I think Trevor had a problem, guys.
And the plot thickens. We ride on board with Trevor.
That car disappeared mid-slide.
There you go. He's got it. He loops it around. There are no incident caps. Call Rod Serling because that thing's in the twilight zone.
Yes, it is.
And because he disappeared, no yellow.
Yeah, and a shot for Cordell Cologne to get back on track.
That's absolutely right. Cordell, now look at how many laps he's going to be behind there. Cordell and Dawson Brock. Bobrovsky, Cologne, and Brock, the 3 guys who are in the chase. The only one still out there is Parrott.
Cordell's 24 laps behind Trevor right now. So come on out and run 25, Cordell.
Well, the same thing, Dawson Brock. Come out, pick up 2 spots. I think we'll be seeing those guys again. Westman now has decided to come on in and see what he can do here.
Well, it's Soup. If he didn't come in, it wasn't a question of if. It was just when he was going to wipe that car completely out. Great idea to come on in. Oh, Wolf with a big run there, getting into turn 3. Now, let's face it, I don't know how hard these guys are going to fight right now for the lead of this race, but they certainly want to stay close to each other. We talked about the green flag pit stop and how you definitely want to have a dance partner. I mean, if you want to race somebody at the end, it serves Wolf well to at least keep him within an arm's reach. He's doing that right now.
Did a little research for Alan Westman, just to keep this in mind. The drifting schedule starts in Long Beach April 8th and 9th, in case he wants to apply his skills in that direction.
We'll be sure to get that memo out to him there, Soup, and hopefully he's got somebody watching the broadcast for him, writing it down, or maybe he's even watching the broadcast. So. Nothing I ever recommend to a driver, by the way. I'm staunchly against that. You should not be watching the broadcast and driving. You watch as a viewer, but keep an eye on the track.
All right, Joshua Wolf beginning to run down our leader a little bit here. We might see a pass.
Parrott hasn't given up either. He's still back here hanging on, taking care of the car.
3 cars on the lead lap right now. Henderson, Wolf, and Parrott. Westman running 2 laps down. Borowski somewhere with Rod Serling. Cordell Cologne has brought the car back out. There we go. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
He took a 5.5-minute pit stop, and he is back out on track.
The way things are going, Cologne's in line for a podium here if he keeps his strategy up.
You know, car doesn't look real good. He's going to have to be careful.
Borowski was 6 points up above, 6 points ahead of Dawson Brock, 9 points ahead of Parrott. So right now, Parrott has closed the gap on Borowski by 3 points. And a pass for the lead.
Looking at it. He's looking at it.
Parrott is up beyond, coming on the mic, spreading rumors to Wolf about Henderson, and same thing to Henderson about Wolf. He wants those guys to start fighting. Lap 52 of 133 here at the WSU. Round number 9 of 10 in the chase.
Okay, Westman's caught up to Parrott now. He's actually making a move on him now. It's not a battle for position, but Parrott obviously benefiting. I'm sorry, not Parrott, but Westman benefiting a little bit from that pit stop. Car's handling a little bit better. Let's see how it gets off of turn 2 here and see how much better it actually is handling. And it's still loose. It's still loose there, Soup.
Which is what is so strange. It is fixed setups, but apparently each setup is a better fit to some drivers. And here comes Wolf coming in for a pit stop right now. Apparently this setup does not seem to fit well for Alan Westman. Fitting him like a pair of knockoff Levi's.
So, what's Henderson going to do here at this point? Wolf's come in behind him. And so much for having a dance partner there. So, looks like we're going to be running solo.
Henderson stays out.
Well, we're about to find out what the new tires are worth, Soup.
Here comes Wolf right now. So you have Henderson out there on some old tires. They're about, actually I can tell you how old they are. They are 37 laps old.
Yes, they are. And here comes Westman trying to unlap him, get one lap back here. Got to run on Henderson. And I will tell you that the difference in the tires for Westman right now, about 1.5 seconds better than our leader. He's able to pull by pretty easy there. Westman with, let's see, just, almost 10 laps on those tires compared to Henderson's now closing in on 40.
Henderson's fastest lap was a 28.9 set on lap 22. Right now he's running a 31.3, so 28. My goodness, that's about, what, 2.5 seconds. Wolf does a 29 flat, Henderson running a 31.5. That's 2.5 seconds difference between those drivers.
Yeah, well, we'll see here what Henderson's going to do. You got to think at some point here we're going to start considering maybe let's go ahead and bring it in and get on cycle with what Wolf is doing behind me. Got to be careful. Don't want to give up too much ground.
It's a pay me now, pay me later. He'll make it up later.
Well, Henderson got a chance here to use Westman a little bit. Maybe close the gap on Westman and use Westman's draft a little bit and save this car up a little bit. But Westman's starting to get a little too far up the track. Westman on the radio now, talking about his difficulty driving in the car this evening.
Henderson said it was slippery with 4 Varies in front of it. Okay, he's working on a 42-lap stint. There are 60 laps in the book. That means there's 60. I don't see any reason to stay out there right now. Come on in. You can do this on one more stop from me. You come in, and then one more stop, you're good to go. Unless he's thinking he can one stop it. Maybe.
And here comes Wolf now in the picture. He's closing in on Henderson. He's coming. He's on his way really quick here, Soup. Gonna try and take him on the top side. Coming off the 2. Gotta be careful. Cross him over and go to the inside. Heading into 3. Look at how much ground Henderson is losing there, man. Wow.
It gives us something. Gives us something to pay attention to now.
Now Wolf just screaming by Alan Westman, who, quite frankly, is still struggling with the car. Henderson having to be ever so careful with that number 24 DuPont machine. Just really, really getting around the track gingerly right now.
And what I think is going to happen is Parrott's going to live up to his name here and just imitate whatever Henderson does as Parrott stays out as well. Paulie won a pit stop, I think, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not till Henderson comes in. So Wolf now back on the lead lap.
Westman loses it on the apron, trying to get into the pit right in front of our leader. I mean, it wasn't close, but Westman certainly having trouble getting into the pit there.
I think that's going to be a penalty. I don't think he was at pit road speed when he entered there.
Did look a little hot, didn't it, Sue?
I don't think it was his decision. While you're there, you might as well stop, get tires.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that was an entry and exit of the turn that went wrong that turned into a decision. You know what? I'm down here. Let me get it in real quick.
Maybe the car just decided for itself that it needed to come in. Looking to see if Westman is still in the machine.
No, there is nobody in the seat right now.
Driver in there.
Well, Henderson's still out there slugging it out. He's in the grass.
Taking a shortcut.
Oh, boy. Doing a little up and out the ground screw here at Texas Motor Speedway.
See if he was actually trying to come in. Oh, and I hit him.
Yeah, no, he just got loose there, Sue. I mean, come on. This is lap 47 on this set of tires. His last lap was a 32.2.
Yeah. it's got to be driving Parrott crazy. Parrott's got to be saying, come on in. Parrott out there with him on the same strategy. Wolf is now only 19 seconds behind, and that's to get the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, the rate things are going right now here for Henderson, he's hoping for a caution. He doesn't want to be the caution, though. He's going to have to be awful careful. His speeds indicate how, his times indicate how careful he's being right now.
He's working on a 50-lap stint. I don't know how long he can go on fuel, but I guess in theory, if he ran another 6 or 7 laps, he could go the distance from there.
Well, we've got 66 laps left this time by.
66 laps, and he's gone 50, so you split the difference. That's 8 laps. If he can go another 8 laps, then he can pit and go all the way. The problem is, Wolf is going to catch him.
Yeah, here comes Josh Wolf. He's only 12.5 seconds back now and closing. I mean, Nick Parrott's starting to close just a little bit, but Nick on the same strategy right now.
Westman is back out on the track, by the way. Cordell Cologne 4 laps away, moving into the top 5.
Henderson got a piece of the wall there coming out of 2. Parrott going to stay with him, stay out. Now here's something interesting. Parrott actually is 1 lap ahead of Henderson on tires now. He is, 1 lap behind him. He's only got 51 laps on his tires, 52 for Henderson.
Okay, there are 63 to go. He's gone 52 laps. Stay out. Boy, that Henderson car looks like it's on ice. Literally looks like it's on the rim. Here comes Parrott.
Okay, I have another update.
Okay.
Cordell Cologne about to take 5th place. He's in this thing, so geez.
Well, look at this. It's an eclipse. Everybody coming together all at once here. Henderson is being ran down by Parrott. Then we have a car that's really in the hunt, only 4 laps down. That's Westman. And then there's Cologne on his own strategy. Only one missing is Wolf,
who is slowly coming into the picture.
Please. There you go. There's whoa, Cologne.
Too much apron. He saves it. Again, now in 5th place. Cordell Cologne officially in 5th place.
This will be the 55th lap on these tires. And there are 60 laps to go. 2 more laps should do it. Here's a pass for the lead. These are 2 guys that are having a hard time. Neither one of these guys really want to be racing right now.
We're making passes for the leads with 55 lap tires. So they're... Oh! Parrott's... Oh!
Oh!
Whoa! Wow! There's some excitement for you. Let's look at the replay. Parrott gets all the way down on the bottom there, too much at the bottom, comes back up across the track, into the wall, right in front of Henderson. Jeez. There goes Wolf. Wolf just gets by Parrott now on live.
Yep. That interval is now 2 seconds. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to tell you the interval before Wolf gets there. 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds, 1.4 seconds. You can see streaking right there. Watch those yellow numbers. Henderson around again. God bless you, Travis Henderson, for making this interesting. Working lap number 58 on these tires.
So, Wolf, we know Wolf is still going to have to come in at least one more time.
Yeah. Alan Westman comes over. Have you stopped yet? And Henderson comes back with a negative.
Well, Wolf is
New
back
leader.
in the lead. Yep.
He was able to come in, make that stop, come all the way around. I think twice, probably. 1.5 times at least, and now he's the new leader. So right now, Henderson and Wolf on the same pit strategy. They both need to pit one more time. Now, Travis, I find it pointless to be out there. You've done 659 laps on this set of tires.
He's really pushing him.
You can certainly go the distance from here.
Yeah, we certainly know that now. And Westman's still struggling with his car. Is really not able to get right up on him and battle him for a move. Nor should he. I mean, Westman, 4 laps down, doesn't want to make a mistake that might cost someone who's in contention for winning this race.
Do you know who has also stayed out, though, is Nick Parrott. Even after his brush with the wall, he's going to stay out as well. Cordell Colon up to 5th.
There goes actually Westman getting by. Henderson let him go. Henderson's still really taking it easy.
And here he goes.
There we go. 62 laps was enough, Sue.
And Parrott decides he's going to stay out for 1 extra lap.
Well, he had 1 extra lap to give.
That's it.
Yeah, now that car going to have a little bit of damage repair in store for it there. Question is, how much of it will he take? He can't afford to take too much. Got to try and stay on cycle here with the rest of them.
Okay, now remember, all the pace that Wolf had, he's going to lose now as Henderson's going to be flying. Don't be surprised if Wolf doesn't come in and pit also here.
Oh. See, someone has returned. I wonder if his car will be coming back on track.
Who could that be?
Trevor Vrosky.
Oh, Vrosky is back.
Well, the reason that's interesting is because now Cordell Colon with 52 laps complete, Westman back in the pit, and Vrosky sitting there with 42 laps complete. And yes, Trevor Vrosky is back in the car.
That means Cordell's going to have to keep it out there. He can't come in.
Uh-huh.
So, Parrott now running in 2nd position. Joshua Wolf, your leader. Henderson is back out. He is a lap down plus. In fact, he goes around Parrott right now as Parrott brings it in finally. Parrott did 64 laps.
Looks like he's going to win the Iron Man award there on a set of tires. That's 2 better than Travis Henderson did.
Right, but now, Parrott and Henderson are going to be done. Henderson's out there now running some fast times. When Wolf does come in, Henderson's going to have a fairly, well, it'll be close, I guess. The longer Wolf waits to come in, the larger chance. I would think Joshua probably come in now.
Man, it's sometimes Sometimes I wish the viewers could hear what the drivers are talking about. That was pretty funny there. Cordell Cologne comes on and was a little concerned about the move that Henderson just made there and didn't necessarily expect him to go on the top side.
Well, basically right now it's class racing out there. It's Henderson's flying. Henderson's out there in the Corvette and Cologne's in an MX-5. Pick your lane. Okay, the interval. Will my timing and scoring actually run me more than a lap? It will not. So
yeah,
I cannot give you an interval.
The interval, Bill, is about 38 seconds right now is what I got.
From Wolf to Henderson?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, got it. That makes sense. It's a lap plus. Okay.
Right, yes.
Good job, Mr. Ambrose. Crackers, you're a good man. I see where
Dawson.
you got that information from. Thank you, Sean. Now I learned something.
Guess who's out of the pit, Sue? Dawson, never say die.
No, you're kidding me.
Dawson, Brock, we are back to 7.
Yeah. Brad Walsh, get back here, buddy.
You know what? Westman is out of the car again. He's actually been in the pit for going on almost 4 minutes. Cologne
so
coming
Cologne
in the pit now.
in. We'll see if Westman can do anything. All right, let's set the stage here for you now. Wolf is your leader, but he's going to have to come in. Henderson is out. He's going to go the distance from here, but I can look at the timing and scoring. He is 34 seconds back right now. We'll monitor that. Parrott is running in third, 51 seconds back from the leader. Remember, that's a lap plus. Westman in fourth is in the pits right now. And is he done? I think Westman his car is gone.
Yeah, and he's disconnected. He certainly has.
All right, so that means Cologne is 30 minus 12 is 18 laps behind Westman to get that spot. Time to do that.
Okay, and Henderson now is catching up to Joshua Wolf, trying to get his lap back here, get back on the same lap with Wolf. He is closing him down really quick here, coming out of 4. Probably going to catch him on the exit here at turns 1 and 2. Now he's going to try and take him into 1. Down on the inside, he does. Henderson keeping it stuck down there on the white line, up to the wall. He is officially back on the same lap, Sue.
43 laps to go. Henderson's not coming in, but his tires are not going to be very friendly. Brovrovsky needs to come in, and he comes in right now. As soon as Henderson got around him, he said, okay, that's great. He's going to lose all this time, and then he's got to hope that he can run down Henderson. But this time, Henderson only has 11 lap older tires. It's not going to be quite as much as he had before. I think Travis Henderson might have pulled one out of the bag here with this strategy. Cordell Cologne says, how many people in this race that are rejoining have been watching the broadcast? That's funny.
Yes, this is...
I think we used a little peer pressure to bring Dawson Brock back in.
I think we did. I think we did indeed. Well, it's certainly providing a little bit of entertainment for us, Suit.
These guys are good. They are good sports. So, with Wolf pitting now, or with Henderson is your leader. And where is Wolf in relationships to Henderson? Ooh, about 11 seconds back. 11 seconds back on 11 lap fresher tires. 41 laps to go. this 133 lap event. Round number 9 of 10 in the chase. And I'm out of numbers. 3.142 high. That's not right either. I got that one wrong.
Brad Walsh has made it.
Brad Walsh is back.
The number 88
I made the
Budweiser
call.
Special is out.
He gets passed by Dawson Brock and Trevor Borowski. I love.
Well,
Brian,
hey, listen.
Let's make sure we get the camera there on that number 88 machine. There you go.
He might have run out of Budweiser and thought, well, you know what? I might as well go race a little bit.
94 laps down. These guys are having a good time. They are having fun, and we're having fun with you guys. Interval from Henderson, 9 seconds now.
Cordell Cologne, every time he speaks on the radio, reminds me of Leroy Jenkins.
That's funny.
There will be several who get that suit. Don't worry about that. Yeah, Brad Walsh is in the race. Just knocked down lap number 1. Oh, and he's already loose. Already loose. He's in trouble. Trying to save it. He does. Oh! He puts it right into the wall. Oh, that didn't take long.
Yeah,
and Brad's in for a pit stop.
That's good, Vlad. You did it. You can go back and get to the last part of the Walking Dead, man.
Oh, Cologne having trouble getting out of 2. He gets a piece of the wall. Joshua Wolf still working on it here, Soup, but now 7 seconds. One of the problems Joshua Wolf's going to have is he's going to have to get around Bobrovsky and Dawson Brock. I don't want to say they're in his way, but he's still going to have to pass him, and that every little bit gives advantage to Anderson with laps starting to run out. 35 to go.
Now, we talked about that Brad Walsh incident, but if he were happy to bring out the yellow flag, that would have changed everything here. 35 to go, like you said, about a 5-second lead. Joshua Wolf say all cars going straight. Anderson and Wolf, those guys safely in the chase. Go ahead, Sean.
Brad Walsh coming back out on track. He is now into turn 3.
Well, you never know. Post-race penalties could eliminate some of these guys. Certainly, we've seen cars eliminated penalties in this series earlier on. Several wins were taken away from drivers. Sean, that seems like a lifetime ago when it was the...
Boy, it really does.
Do you know the Mullins man and Jimmy Mullins and James Mullins? What that?
Well, I'm going to give you a bit of an update here. Cordell Cologne's got about 5 laps to go to take another position, and that's going to slot him up to 4th place.
Yeah, and Bobrovsky's going to have to hustle. He's 9 laps back. I'm not sure if he's going to have time to get to Westman. So those are big points. Henderson, 2.7 seconds on Wolf. The hound is after the hare, and it won't be long till the chef's cooking up the Hoffenpfeffer, because here comes Joshua Wolf.
Tough place to make a pass here down the front stretch, but looks like Dawson Brock gonna stay out of the way. Ooh, but that's close. Brock all the way up the track, almost up into the wall. There's so much trash up there, Soup. You do not want to be stuck up there near the wall in turns 1 and 2. And I talked about that nasty bump. It's the worst right up there towards the top of the track. Oh, 1.4. 1.3.
And it doesn't look, Sean, this doesn't look like the kind of track where Travis can tuck into the draft here. I think Wolf's going to, once he gets around him, he'll have places to go. 30 laps. Let's see how wide Henderson makes this car. Remember, both these guys are pretty safe in their positions right now. This could be some fun here. Hound is a-barking right now. Here comes the 15. And there's a little... Oh, it's a little tighter than I thought. And the Wolf has to back out and say, we'll go hunting again tomorrow night. Let's catch our breath here, boys. Try it one more time.
Oh, so close.
Now he's on the inside. Now he should be able to pull away. Henderson giving him some fun.
Yeah, Henderson riding right up on him there.
So here's the case. You don't often see this where less pit stops did not play out. Wolf actually took one more stop than Henderson. Brock with the don't look at me, broadcasters.
Cordell Cologne slow on the back stretch as the leaders just got by him.
Cordell Cologne may not be under power.
Henderson's in. Henderson's in, Sue.
Henderson is in. Okay.
Oh, and the caution flag is out! The caution is out! No!
Oh. And Henderson, is he going to lose a lap? I think he's going to be okay. Oh, it's going to be close. Here comes Wolf. I think Henderson is going to lose this lap, but get the lucky dog.
Henderson's just now getting out of the pit.
The caution was for, it could have been Cologne who's limping in. Oh, Cologne getting pushed by Bobrovsky. There you go. Okay, so Cologne did not make it to Westman. Oh, he's 31 laps. He got to the exact lap he needed to get to. I guess if he crosses the start-finish line, I guess maybe he'll get credit for leading.
Well,
we look at Cologne. I think he's got to get across the start-finish line.
yeah, he's up to fourth. Cordell Cologne is up to fourth.
It's not showing on it is showing on one time he is scoring. Not on iRacing, though, which is really the official. All right, Wolf has come in. Everybody's coming in. This is going to give Henderson back his lap. They give... Oh, jeez. They give Cologne a push. Wolf giving a... That's Bobrovsky giving Cologne a push. And now on my timing and scoring, Wolf is... Cologne is given that spot ahead of Westman. So it is official. Cologne moves up into fourth. Bobrovsky 6 laps back, though, so Bobrovsky running in 6th right now is due to pick up Cologne and Westman's spot. Of course, unless Westman comes back out or Cologne comes back out. And Wolf has come out of the pits, still running in 1st, I believe. And somebody we can't forget is Nick Parrott is now in the mix for the win.
Yeah, Nick Nick just kind of hanging around, but he's in for a long time here, Soup. He's been in for over a minute right now.
Well, I think he's probably trying to get some of that damage done that when he put it in the wall.
Leave himself with a chance to fight here at the end.
He's got to hustle and try to get out before these cars. He does now. He sends the invisible pit crew away and says, let me out. I'll take what I got. So 3 cars on the lead lap. Wolf, Parrott, and Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson's still going to get that wave around, Soup. He will indeed get it, and he's
trapped behind the pace car right now. So,
yep,
it's the wave around, not the lucky dog. Cologne, sitting 32 laps back, has not come out. Westman, 33 laps back, has not come out.
Favroski on track.
Has a chance to vulture 2 more spots, get into the top 4. Dawson Brock still out there. 69 minus 32 is 37, and there are not that many laps left.
Yeah, he got
Dawson out there just for practice. Unless there's disqualifications. For the broadcast, thank you, Cordell Cologne, talking to us. I will quote, "This is just for the broadcast. My engine did blow up on the back straight, just so you know." So, thank you, Cordell.
Well, and listen, hey, our audience wants to know that kind of information.
We have our in-car reporter now, man.
All right, here goes Travis Henderson getting his wave around, and then that's going to be Dawson Brock just behind him there, and he's going to get waved around also.
I'll tell you right now, my cheeks are hurting for smiling so much. This has been a ridiculous race, but I've enjoyed every second of it. Thank you, boys. Henderson trying to do it with one less pit stop. Guys coming back in and going out.
Well, we're gonna have a fight here at the finish soon.
Well, I think
we're gonna have
the pace car's the light's gonna go off. Be about 21 laps to go. What time is that?
Sue, it's time to boogie, baby. Let's get this party started. We can do it right now. The lights are off. They are lining up side by side now. Henderson's caught back up to Favroski. Coming out of 4, Soup. That pace car getting ready to peel off.
We got to get some royalty-free music for you there, Sean, that we can play some disco. We can drop some disco in there when it's boogie time. 21 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. Joshua Wolf is leading Parrott. Parrott's car is, very close. That's Dawson Brock.
Boy.
No, it's not. That's Walsh in the mix.
Yeah, it was Henderson. Honestly, that was Henderson just pressing the issue. Just Wolf really out of shape off the 2.
Honestly, maybe we can go back and watch that whole thing once this settles down again, if we're able to do that, Director.
I think Travis Henderson was being a bit of a bully here, and he was really just trying to get through and get to Wolf as quick as he could, and get everybody out of shape.
This whole restart here. It was Wolf on the inside, and then Parrott on the high side, and yeah, it was Henderson. You're absolutely right, Sean. It was Henderson that gave Walsh a shove, set him up into Parrott.
I know he wants to get there to Wolf as quick as possible, but that's the restart, and that's a lot of traffic in front of you right there. He just kind of moved it out of the way and kept on going.
He had no sympathy for Brad Walsh 95 laps down. So let me set the stage here. Wolf is out in front, but Henderson has managed to get there now. He's only a half second back. So the 24 is coming. They pretty much left behind the other driver who was on the lead lap, Nick Parrott. Nick's going to try to limp it around for that podium spot. Cologne is in the pit. Westman is in the pit. Borowski right now is in the pits and called it a day. No, he's still there. I think he took a tow. Right now, Bobrovsky is showing 38 laps down, Westman 38 laps down, Cologne 37 laps down.
Yeah, one lap to go for Bobrovsky to get past Cologne, who is sitting in the pits with a blown motor. He won't make it back in this race.
Bobrovsky's going to come out here on the last lap.
Henderson really looks
Henderson, whoa!
Mr. Toad's wild ride off of 2. Soup, you ever been to Disney World in Florida?
Actually, I have.
That's an actual ride there.
My wife and I we stayed in the hotel. We actually wanted to be the last car on Space Mountain when they were closing it down. You want to know what happens when you're the last car on Space Mountain at Disney World? You get trapped up in the tunnel. It doesn't make it all the way down for you to exit.
Oh, jeez.
They had to come and get us.
Fond memories of Space Mountain as a kid, but Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was always a fun one for me. Well,
right now out there having a fun ride is Joshua Wolf.
Yeah, has Henderson got anything for him at this point? He's really let him get up the track just a bit, about a second and a half. Nick Parrott still hanging on to 3rd. Bobrovsky out of the pit.
And that should be enough for him to pass Westman and Cologne, moving up into 4th.
Yep, that slot, him just getting out of the pit slots him up into 4th.
Behind Parrott. We expect Parrott to be above the cutoff line. Dawson Brock going to have some work to do. Hey, make sure you join us for Phoenix. It's going to be exciting. It'll be a race for the lead and also a race to see who gets into that Final 4.
Well, you know what? Honestly, right now at current pace for Joshua Wolf, all he's got to do here over these last 12 laps, Soup, is really just take care of the car. Stay out of trouble. Keep hitting your marks. And the win is yours. Henderson just doesn't look like he's got anything for him here at this point. Again, he's got to stay at his current pace, but he's got to be smooth. Just take care of it. Henderson's digging, but I just don't think he's got anything left in that machine.
Come around, my timing and scoring is still showing Bobrovsky. I'm showing Bobrovsky in 5th, and Bobrovsky's not out on the track right now. Do you see?
No, he went ahead and ducked on out again. So he got the position, and that was it.
Well, this is interesting. I looking at my timing and scoring also, the stuff we use. He's showing 4th in all of our magic stuff we use. The only one where he's not showing ahead of Cordell Cologne is on the actual iRacing timing and scoring, where he is shown in 5th.
Trevor, if you're listening, maybe come back and do one more lap.
You might need a few more feet. I wonder if it didn't show. I wonder if it maybe showed him in 4th position on his little F3 box, but maybe he needed to finish the lap to make that official. We'll see. Ten laps to go. Joshua Wolf out in front, Travis Henderson in 2nd, Nick Parrott in 3rd. All on the lead lap. In the pits, Cordell Cologne with a blown engine, sitting at 4th. Trevor Bobrovsky talking to the kids, hugging his wife. I believe he's in 5th right now. Alan Westman also in the pits in 6th. Still out there, Dawson Brock. Brad Walsh, you still racing? You bet I am,
He is.
Soup.
Yeah, he is. Brad Walsh still on the track.
Dawson Brock coming in for a pit stop. Dawson, you can stay in, buddy. You've done your job. That boy. Dawson exits. Well, I know that Joe Walsh's Maserati goes 185. I wonder if Brad Walsh's, what's he in, a Chevy, goes about the same speed. He's in a Ford.
In fact, I can confirm for you that, it went at least 190 miles an hour this evening,
Okay.
so just a little bit over that Maserati.
Brad Walsh going a little faster than Joe Walsh does. Hopefully he's kinder to motel rooms. Joshua Wolf out in front. 6 laps to go.
Yeah, and he really just keeps opening up the gap on Henderson a little bit more every lap. Like I said, I think Henderson just doesn't really have anything left in it. Content to take the second place finish, and another driver just trying to take care of the car here to the end. Hey, hats off to him for taking care of the car for 62 laps to put him in position right here to fight for a win today. I didn't know that was going to work out for him there for a bit, but it has.
Brad Walsh brought the car into the pits. He's taking tires. I honestly think if Brad calls it a day, we could be getting close to a record for GSRC in the ratio between commentators and race drivers. If we count Amjad Yaman, right now we are 1-to-1 ratio between cars on the track and people in the GSRC production.
Hey, you know what? I will say this. There are more fans in the stands for this race right now than the one that is actually currently going on live on NBC from Texas Motor Speedway. So,
That's right.
hey,
and look at these fans. None of them have gone home, Sean. They're all still out there.
No, and they look extremely happy and excited and having a good time.
A little worried about their anorexia problem, but I think other than that, we're okay. 3 laps to go as we have really... and Henderson puts it in the wall just for fun. Come on, bring it home, Travis. We need 3 cars to come. Actually, this is important, dude. These are points. Hey, we got something to pay attention to now. Henderson is slow. This gives Parrott a chance to maybe run him down. Those points are important. That interval right now is 11 seconds. 2 laps to go. Henderson's got to keep it on the course. Joshua Howland Wolf having a nice Sunday night drive. Man, there's a pizza in my future. The rest of the night I got some Walking Dead to watch. A lot of good shows on HBO. Taping that NASCAR race as soon as Joshua Wolf brings this car around for the last, about 3/4 of a mile now, Sean.
Getting ready to wrap it up here, Soup, on the Global Sim Racing channel.
It has been fun. It has been interesting. It's been unique. I think maybe one of the most unique races we've called here. As Joshua Wolf brings it around number 4 across the start-finish line. Picks up the win. Race number 9 of the chase for the WSU Cup Series. Henderson coming across in second. That Sundrop machine. Talk about dedication. Brings it across in third. And by my calculations, will be inside the cut line. 4th position, I am giving to Cordell Colon. 5th to Trevor Borowski, Alan Westman, Dawson Brock, and Brad Walsh. Well, we ran down we'll come back for the official rundown here after the break. This is the Global Sim Racing Channel. Let's have all the drivers come back in and talk to us. It'll be fun. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing's coverage of the WSU. And that does not stand for Washington State University. That stands for We Stand United. This is their Cup Series. Round number 8 of 9 in the chase. One chase race to go before they get to the Final Four grand finale at Homestead. We just wrapped this one up. 8 drivers put on quite a show. Joshua Wolf brings it home in first behind Travis Henderson. Nick Parrott also on the lead lap, rounds out the podium. Now, this is the official standings. Cordell Colon is going to be given credit with 4th position ahead of Trevor Varun-Varosky. Both cars 56 laps down. I believe Varosky needed to go a little bit farther. 57 laps down, Alan Westman. Then Never Say Die Dawson Brock, 78 laps down, but he was out there near the end. And Brad Walsh, who we shamed to come back in and race. 8th position, 101 laps down. Let's go to interviews. We'll bring in who we got. We're going to bring in Joshua Wolf, our winner, and we're going to bring in at the same time, we're going to bring in Dawson as well. So we'll start Dawson and Joshua. You guys can both listen right now to each other. Joshua, congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
So let's talk about the, did you know what Henderson was up to on the long stint? It probably dawned on you here what he was thinking to do there after a while.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. I was going through different strategies on what I wanted to do, and pretty much made my mind up when I came in that first time under green flag, because I got loose out of 2 and just the tires lit up and got super hot, and I was fighting it the whole way down, just trying to get back in the throttle, and decided to pit there. And it pretty much, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely doing this strategy. And that didn't look forward to that caution, but it didn't really seem to matter whether or not I got it or not.
Yeah, I think you had it was quite an interesting restart there. I think Dawson might have been involved in that one a little bit too. It got pretty exciting there. Henderson was trying to go through the field and pushed everyone around. Dawson, did the announcing team shame you back to the race?
Little bit. I really thought Trevor was going to be done, so I was going to go get back that 1 point, but he turned out that he came back. I thought once he out that Ford and did all that, I was like, yeah, he's going to be done. He can't come back, but, well, I guess he did.
He did.
So, yeah, so now, I guess, yeah.
Well, our calculations have you dropping a little bit behind. Joshua, you're safely in there, and so is Travis, but Dawson, man, you don't make it easy. You got your work cut out for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like I just can't make it easy for myself. You know, I crash and get them a couple points back from Talladega, and now I do this. So it's like, guess we have an uphill battle now.
Joshua,
go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Joshua, Sean here. Tell me real quick, how tricky is this track?
It is pretty tricky. 1 and 2, pretty much anything above that seam, it's super bumpy, and one of the first stops I had under green flag, I was trying to pass Travis and went to the outside, and the car just didn't turn even on new tires. So it was super tricky there. 3 and 4 wasn't as bad, but both coming out of both corners with how much wheel we had to put into the car, it was getting a little loose on exit, and I was kind of fighting that, but it was mainly just because of how tight the car was and going over the bumps. Yeah,
it definitely gets very bumpy up there, and but man, congratulations! See, you did what you needed to do by winning this one today. And Dawson, it was a bit of a struggle, but hey, listen, you had a good time, didn't you?
It would have been more fun to be out there racing, but I can't say that. I mean, I enjoyed listening to you guys while the car was getting repaired, I guess I can get that much.
Did you think you had a chance of saving that one? When I was watching, I go, oh, maybe he might be able to bring that one in, but then there was no turning around on it, huh?
Oh, no, I didn't expect the car to go. I was off throttle. I was behind Travis and Josh, and I think the dirty air might have done something, but I thought I was off throttle enough, not to really worry, and I caught it too late. I realized what was happening too late, and by that time it was gone.
Well, it was probably one of the most unique races that Sean and I have ever had the pleasure to call. It was fun. You guys made it a blast. Thanks a lot for coming back, and good luck to you down the road, both you guys. Dawson, good luck getting into the chase, and Joshua, let's see if you can do well at Homestead, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the broadcast, and definitely next week will be very interesting. So looking forward to that.
And we'll be there. Joshua Wolf, your winner, and your hard luck driver today, do or die Dawson Brock there. Let's bring him out of there for a minute. If I can figure out how to do things more than once. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for us. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. It was kind of a special one. Hey, we'd like to thank everybody at the We Stand United Racing League for contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. If you'd like to, we know you have lots of choices when you fly. Thanks for flying GSRC. Thanks to the companies and equipment and software that you see on the screen right now that we use. There it is, that we use on our broadcast.
And the original music you heard on today's broadcast is thanks to Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them. The WSU Cup Series returns next week, November 13th, for the Budweiser 125 from Phoenix. That will decide which 4 drivers make the winner to take all. Final 4 grand finale at Homestead. GSRC will be there for both. For information about joining the WSU, go to, or just send them an email at WSUmotorsports2012@gmail.com.
Actually, yeah, that's an email would probably be more effective than the go-to part. For details about all upcoming events on the Global Sim Racing Channel, is your best bet is globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at, hey, take a guess. You got to figure it out? Global Sim Racing Channel. And finally, on behalf of my mic mate, Sean Ambrose, our director, Amjad Yaman, and the camera artist, Dougie Beard, thanks for watching. With that said, we're off to have fun storming the castle, watch a little Walking Dead. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.